Welcome back, everybody, to the long-awaited, never-before-heard Theme Park Junkies, the Monkeys podcast. My name is Rye. I'm a little under the weather, I'll be honest. That's kind of why we've been absent the last few weeks. It's always my health. My health is always in the way.
You've had a lot of ailments. Is that why? I didn't even know what. I just figured we quit.
No, we didn't quit. What actually happened was I got sick. I took a COVID test at home. No COVID. Then I had to go to urgent care because I ended up getting just real sick. I needed some medicine. They gave me a COVID test. No COVID. But the doctor's telling me COVID's around again, blah, blah, blah. And then, yeah, of course, right? And then, you know what they ended up prescribing me, which was kind of interesting? You know, like the thing that rappers put in their drink, the lean or whatever?
Scissorup.
Whatever that scissorup is, that's what I got prescribed to me. So I took some, because I had such a bad cough, I took some 5 milliliters, which is like nothing. And I took some, didn't feel anything. And on the bottle it says, take 5 milliliters as needed. So I was like, all right, I need more. So I poured about another 6 in, because it knocked me off my butt. I was like spinning in bed. It was ridiculous how bad I got from this lean drizzle, whatever you want to call it, snizzles. It was bad.
That stuff will F you up.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was.
A few times. But,
I didn't know that's what the rappers talked about.
Yeah, they do.
But someone at work told me he's a rapper. I'm simply just a DJ.
Well, I'm glad you're well, I guess, if you're well.
I'm kind of
so
well.
You didn't have COVID, but what was it? Just a cold?
Respiratory.
A nasty cold?
I still have a cough, so I'm sipping some warm water right now, just hoping that it'll help. Out of a pink Hello Kitty mug.
Well, I only have one thing to say on the cast today.
Is it good?
Only one. It's a statement.
Uh-oh.
I'd gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. Thank you, and good night.
It's sad that you, as a man, cannot afford a hamburger on your own. That's all I
really want a burger. I really want a burger.
You should get one, and you know what? I will buy you one, and you can pay me back on Tuesday if you want.
But what kind of a line is that? Why Tuesday? I don't know. Nothing about that line makes sense, but that's fine. We can move on.
It has to be one of the most ridiculous lines ever written. That, and there's have you seen the movie? Oh shoot, what's it called? I don't remember what it's called, but there's a scene where the guy goes, you know, who cares? It's dirty. I don't want to talk about it. Here we go. Let's get into what we're here about. It is a theme park day of horror, because the Knott's Scary Farm 50th announcements took place. Did you get a chance to stream it?
I did. I watched I didn't watch it live, and I'm glad I didn't, because the stream that was on YouTube, it showed like they just had the title card for like 20 minutes when it was supposed to start.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I didn't waste my time on that. I just searched right through it and went right to the announcement.
Yeah. And
so I did watch it.
Wait, though, before we start, can I give you the bad news of everything? I don't know if you saw this announcement. Let me get this music out of here real quick. So there was a big announcement from the Knott's Berry Farm Hotel. The Haunted Lounge will not be open this year.
Really?
Yes.
They talked about that? I didn't see that at all.
It was on their Instagram or something.
That's terrible news.
So
why?
That's a curve. It's not. You know what angers me? Okay, so it's not ready. No big deal. I get it. Why not do a pop-up? Why not in one of their areas in the hotel? Maybe because I don't know what they have in that hotel. The pre-scare dinner takes up a lot of space, but why not have a bar area that we can all hang out at like we always do? The whole world does that goes to this thing. I mean, there's so many people in that bar when we're there.
Right.
I don't know. This is disappointing beyond
Seems
belief.
like it would be an easy enough thing to do. You can do pop-ups all over the place. All theme parks do that. They should be capable of that. Now, you sent me a bit of information that there was a fire in the hotel.
Yeah, small fire, I guess.
What was that about? I tried researching that, and I didn't find anything on it.
You know what? It was nothing.
It must have been small.
Yeah,
okay.
It was nothing.
So that's not why the lounge is not open.
No, I just think that you know what angers me the most about this, and it should anger everyone. And Disney's doing the same thing. I don't know if Universal is so much, but Disney has some things that are going on where rides are breaking down, still yada yada. During COVID, when they shut down for that year, I just don't understand why they didn't do some of this stuff or get the ball rolling to be ready to go. And we had a whole year of nothingness.
That would have made way too much sense.
But workers were still working. We just couldn't go to the park. You know what I mean? So why not pay to do the hotel then? And I don't know. Maybe I'm being presumptuous.
It makes sense to me. There's probably a reason, and it's probably not an adequate reason.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
So no shot glass this year. This will be the first year that I don't get a shot glass.
Darn, man. That actually is terrible news. Like I said, I think that's my favorite part of the whole trip.
Well,
I think I like that better than the park.
I hope you have a second favorite because your first favorite's not going to happen. I don't know what we do
So what
now.
are we going to do?
I don't know.
Go back to the chicken dinner restaurant?
No, it sucks. It's boring. There's no theme. And it's like a bunch of old people or like theme park people that were there all day. Like it's not the Scary Farm crowd.
So I think we saw a man with an escort there last time.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
There was an odd.
He was like 70 and she was like 30 and beautiful.
Yeah. There was an odd mixture of folks in that restaurant. But then what's the little place right across? TGIF? That place sucks too.
It's horrible. And the prices are obscene for a TGIF. It's like, it's Knott's prices over there.
Right.
I don't know. I'm thinking about getting a season pass before it's $100 for the year, for this year and next year.
Maybe we need to go high school style and just bring a bottle and tailgate it.
You know what?
In the parking lot.
I don't think I could do that anymore. I think I'll be too drunk. My body just doesn't like it anymore like that.
Bring a light beer. You don't have to do I'll do whiskey on the rocks. You do light beer.
I'll do what is it? Beck's or
Pink
whatever.
lemonade.
I don't know, man. I'm really disappointed.
Yeah,
like
I don't know.
Beyond belief.
So what is the season pass for the rest? So it's just to the rest of the year.
Rest of this year and next year.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought it was just to the rest.
No,
of the
this
year.
is the one time they do this for new pass holders.
Oh,
because we're not. I don't know why we don't have a season pass there, anyways. But yeah. So it'd be the rest of this year and next year, $100.
So they just enacted that because it used to be just to the end of the year.
Right.
So when do they activate that?
So it's now until September 1st, I think. Like you kind of have to decide quick. The thing is if we did that, we could just go to the saloon for a few hours.
Right.
That's an option.
Overpriced and a long line.
It's overpriced, but at least, will the line be that long though at Knott's during the day? I don't know.
There's always a bit of a line in that place.
And then you're right. It is like $15 beers. I don't know, man. I don't know what the solution is here.
Well, I was thinking that the pass would just go to the end of the year, but if we can buy it now and it covers the end of this year plus next year, that's not a bad deal.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll go to Knott's next year at some point during the year.
Right. It makes total sense, right? You have 8 days and 11 hours for this. It's September 5th is
that's the cutoff.
Yeah, enjoy unlimited visits for the remainder of 2023 and all of 2024. Only $95 plus tax and fees. I have that gift card that would cover this, and I could have a season pass for the year and next year.
That's not a bad idea, actually. Maybe we should just do that. I don't know that it's necessarily going to solve our pre-drink problem, but I'll probably do that. Yeah, I would be down to do that. Yeah, $100. That's not too shabby.
That's nothing that's why that place is so crowded on the weekends, though. I mean, that is the cheapest pass in the world.
That's
no blackout dates.
Crazy cheap. And dumb question. That's not fast pass or anything. That's just bare bones pass, right?
Yeah, they do have one called the Prestige Pass, which I think gives you like one free.
Why is it so prestigious?
It has access to a VIP area, which hasn't been announced yet, I guess. You get all the parking, which, if you drive, that is a lot of savings because parking is insanely expensive now.
What is it at Knott's? Do we know?
I think, I was just there with my parents and we did actually park. I want to say it was
850.
I want to say it was about 30. So if you go a few times during the year, that's
not bad actually for today's day and age.
It's not horrible, but I'm not happy about it either.
Still sucks.
All right. Well, let's get into why we're here. So do you want to start off with this since my throat feels like it's been down the devil's elixir?
Well, I did watch the stream like we talked about, and I just kind of jotted down some thoughts as I watched it.
Did you like that the stream was during the day? Was that stupid to have
I was going to say, I don't even know what time it was on. Yeah, it was. Isn't it usually at night?
It was
like at 8
the
at
sun
night.
was out. I was like, this is like weird, but okay. All right.
Yeah, I watched it at like 10 p.m. So yeah. All in all, I wasn't that excited by it. I will say that Jeff Tucker host, he was terrible.
He is terrible in such a good cheesy way.
Yeah, I guess, but it's like, did you notice like his little jokes and stuff were like not landing with the audience?
Well, here's another thing about this presentation that I thought was strange was the audience wasn't mic'd up, so it sounded dead in there. It would be like watching a baseball game and barely hearing the cheers when someone hits a home run. They mic up the stadium. Oh no, you're gone. You disappeared. Oh boy, he's gone. Disappeared like an elixir. So I'm still on. Oh, there you're back. He's back. You are back now.
What happened?
It's this free program we use. It doesn't like you. It just doesn't.
It's not my internet, right? It better.
I
not
don't
be.
think it's your internet. I think it has something to do with this free program. It needs an update, and they haven't updated
I have a
it.
strong signal.
Yeah. No, your signal looks good. Yeah, but like I was saying, they did in the daytime, which was weird. He's very cheesy. And then they brought out Leanna Vamp. Who is that?
Right. I don't know, but she's kind of sexy.
Oh, she's more than kinda. She's good on the eyes.
Enjoyed her. That's what I started to say before I got rudely cut off. Did you notice the difference between the audience reaction to Jeff Tucker and her?
Yeah,
they liked her. You could hear them. They were cheering for her, but like everything he said, it just fell flat. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of funny.
Well, guys are gross,
He was trying too hard, too hard. It seemed like, and the whole time they were talking, do you notice they were like looking at a teleprompter?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Their eyes were like down the whole time. That was annoying too.
Yeah, they should always have a teleprompter in the back on a big screen.
Right.
So you're looking
it was
forward.
like down at the floor.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what did I jot down here besides Leanna Vamp is sexy? Are you kind of let down by just 3 new mazes? I was hoping for more, and at least one new scare zone. There's no new scare zone.
It's a new scare zone, but it's old. The Gauntlet is the new one supposedly, but that ran from 1996 to 2009. So they're bringing. Yeah, I know. I hear you. They did make some good announcements though.
Some good ones.
Dark Entities. This is the last time it'll be there.
Final year for that.
That's great.
That's good. I'm curious. I guess at that event they were doing certain lights on tours of some of the mazes.
Right.
And one of them was Origins. But like, why would you do a lights on tour? I guess it'd kind of be cool to see the behind the scenes. But it would usually when you see the lights on in those type of situations, they look terrible.
You realize how cheesy some of these props are and stuff. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
But I was kind of disappointed that the Hoot Nanny is back at the log ride.
Me too.
I was hoping for something new at the log ride.
Me too.
The Calico Candy Mine ride, snooze fest, kinda. Right? I mean, I don't know. I was hoping those two have so much potential. I was hoping they would do something else with those for the 50th. So
I think it's time to change those.
It's trying to change those. Hoot Nanny has to have gone 10 years by now.
Santa Claus Mountain was there for like 2 years.
2, yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see the depths. Are they going to do anything new with it? I'm glad that's there, but, are any of these going to have any kind of new twists to them?
What's weird is Dark Entities might be the only one leaving next year. Does that mean we only get one new maze next year?
Probably.
That can't be. I mean, that just can't be. I'm not going next year if it's one new maze. I refuse. It's got to be 2. You got to do at least 2.
So the new mazes that they announced actually sounded pretty good to me.
Yeah, they sound good. They do.
I just wish there was more. But so there's 3 new mazes. Cinema Slasher. That one looks probably about the best, in my opinion. Some nods to the past and like supposedly scary movies, and that's going to be interesting to see what they do because they don't have any movie properties,
right? So
are they going to mimic Freddy or something like
No,
that, but
I don't
not
think so.
be Freddy.
My understanding is it's like an homage to some Not Scary Farm mazes, and the ones that they listed were Slaughterhouse, Camp Gonna Get Ya, and Trick or Treat. So I guess that they always figured that those were movies or something. I don't know. It's kind of confusing when you think about it.
Yeah,
Why
I
would you
guess
pay
so.
homage to Trick or Treat in a cinema slasher maze?
I think that one isn't that one Chilling Chambers.
No, so
That one's a
Chilling
tribute.
Chilling
Okay,
Chambers
yeah.
is a tribute to the Not Scary Farm past also. And that's a remake maze from 1977, which is cool.
Okay, all right. That's the one with the keeper.
The Keeper, who I really
making
kind of dig. He's kind of cheesy and funny.
Yeah, I thought his appearance at where did he come out? One of the conventions.
Midsummer Scream, yeah.
Yeah, he kind of came off better there than he did at this little Knots live stream. You could tell he was like lip syncing his dialogue.
Yeah.
He was off a little bit. I don't know. I noticed all these stupid little things. And then, so that's one. Chilling Chambers, Cinema Slasher, the movie one. And then Room 13, which looks interesting. That one almost seems like kind of like a 40s vibe or something like that.
It's Goring
maybe.
20s. It's
Goring 20s.
It's going to be in the Goring 20s area, and it's based on the Devil's Elixir, that new drink, which you just sent me a picture of. And it's what, 20, how many dollars? 20?
I sent you a picture of the prices
Let me
for
go
that
back.
event. Yeah, you might as well show it.
Oh.
And they're godly expensive. A blood bag is $18. Zombie juice blood bag, $18. Black margarita, $22. That doesn't sound good. Devil's Elixir, $22. That better be some good elixir.
Yeah.
And then a 50th IPA.
How much was that one?
That's probably like Coors Banquet
yeah.
for 14. Those were the prices of the drinks for this streaming event the other day that took place.
I saw someone
bargains?
drinking the Devil's Elixir online, and she described it. Well, I guess it's a vodka drink, so that's up your alley, right? You kind of like that stuff.
Yeah,
And she described it as fruity. I don't know.
that's up my alley too.
For $22, I'm probably going to let you get it, and then I'll steal a sip of it when you're looking at some Monster or something.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't really like the sugary mixed drinks too much. I'm going to only try maybe a couple of them just because I feel like I have to, and then probably stick with beer. So we'll see. Those prices are nothing to sneeze at, though. That's for sure. So the Dr. Cleaver show, I guess, is a show of the past that's coming to the Birdcage Theater. That looks kind of silly.
Did we see that?
But
Have we seen that?
I don't think so. I think it might have been before our time. Maybe that's from the 70s too.
Yeah.
So that's something new. Monsters and Mayhem musical is at the Walter Knott Theater. I'll probably pass on that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Musicals.
Here's the thing. We go one night. We don't have the pass, right? So if I'm going one night, I'm not going to spend it watching a musical or maybe even the
Right.
Cleaver. Like, I want to experience every single maze, maybe twice, some of the new ones at least, and some of the rides. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see.
We'll see. I mean, definitely mazes will be priority. I agree with you there. But I'm going to say it once again. Bring back Elvira into the theater.
Not
just
happening.
minus the clothes.
Not happening.
And I will be there. First one in line. Did you notice? Okay, so they talked about that the lantern thing for
Right.
the Easter eggs that will activate.
I saw
in the
some of the
park.
Easter eggs. They showed some.
What are
online.
they?
So they took the lantern into the store. What's the new store called? Legacy
Which
store.
Looks great.
Yeah.
The Legacy store.
So they took it in, and basically you take your lantern up and you hold it up to a TV screen, and then the what is his name? The creeper or whatever. What's his-
then Leave It to Beaver comes on.
he basically comes on and says a little spiel, and then that's what they had shown. You basically hold it up to screens, and it activates
Okay.
a little tiny show real quick.
And
I
that's
think. I'm sure there are going to be other things.
That's one of them.
I heard that there's some that where you hold it up to a spider and it might move or something.
Right. I'd rather something like that. I want it to be like an old shooting gallery, like make a animatronic move or something like that. That would be cool.
Are you going to get one?
I don't think so. I don't know, $40.
And to
I wanna
hold
know
it
more
all night.
about it.
Remember, you got to hold it all
That's the thing.
night.
I don't want to hold anything. It's going to be bad enough having to hold a camera or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. I'm hearing different things about it though. So on the stream, I think they said it's 50 Easter eggs, but then I heard it's like 200 different things in the
So
park. So I don't know really what they're talking about.
yeah, I think that they're saying that there's 50 like main Easter eggs. And even in the mazes, supposedly, I guess, if you have one, I bet you a screen will go on. But then there's other little things like a spider, like little things will move. And I don't think they're counting those as the 50.
Right. My thought is there'll probably be enough people with them to where maybe we can just like follow somebody with one.
Yeah. Well, when I did that
Cheat.
the museum, what was that thing called? I can't remember what it was called. I had that knife and I stuck it in the thing for like $20 extra.
Oh, right.
And it did something extra, you know?
Yeah.
Everyone was just following me around because they were smart enough to not buy one.
There it is.
Because that stupid knife was so cheap. It was a sticker. And then they could see what would happen, and then they just walk away and wait for me to go to the next one. It was so dumb. I was like,
I think we need.
I was the
see
sucker.
that, save
Yeah.
our money. We're gonna be spending enough on food.
I mean, wouldn't you rather have
alcohol.
$40 worth of shirts, kind of, or something?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on that note, yeah, that Legacy store looks pretty great.
It does.
I saw some footage of it. Some YouTubers were like live streaming the first night. I guess the first night was kind of an S show.
Well, yeah, it was the only thing
totally
open was part
overpacked.
of the problem.
Right. Crazy long line. And then it ended up closing at like 9 or something like that. And a huge amount of people just got turned away and couldn't even come in. So there's a lot of pissed off people.
You know what they did for those people, though? They let them
What'd they
come
do?
back the next day and go in immediately. No line.
That's the least they could do. But like, what if you couldn't be there the next day?
But like
Which I'm
you
sure
and
a lot
I,
of
who
people
probably would
did.
have, not have been there the next day. Exactly.
So, but yeah, the Legacy store looks good. The theming in there looks crazy. I guess the
Yeah.
way it works is it's going to be open to everybody, like during the day, during regular theme park hours. It's going to be open to whoever is in front of the park. You don't even necessarily have to have a ticket. But then I guess when Scary Farm starts, it's going to close to the front of the park and only be open to the back to Scary Farm people. But yeah, I'm sure I'll waste some money there.
Yeah, my wallet
there's-
kind of winced when I saw that store.
A lot of cool looking stuff in there and cool theming. It seemed like this year they were more about like merch than that was like what they did for the 50th. It's pretty much a standard new year. There wasn't that much as far as what I was expecting.
Yeah, one of the problems too with this announcement was in the past, and correct me, I could be wrong. In the past, I remember when they announced a maze, the guys who did the maze would talk for like 10 minutes about the maze. This year, it was like 45 seconds. It was just boom, let's go to the next thing. I think they tried to make the show maybe streamline a little better, but to me, it felt a little rushed with the maze announcements. I don't care so much about the merchandise. I will see it when I'm there. I will buy what I want. But the maze announcements is kind of what gets you excited to go.
And I think you're right. They did used to get a little more deeper into the making of it and how they did certain things and a little more behind the scenes stuff. I think they'd have like some footage of the work being done and some of the art. And on the topic of the art, you notice like the artwork that they were showing for every maze, like, I don't know, that not great. Like it looked kind of cheesy.
A little silly.
I
at
sent you a
times.
picture of there was an artist rendering of the Catawampus monster.
Let me see that.
That was one of the pictures I sent you. That one actually looks kind of cool, but you can tell the same artist did all the artwork for all those mazes. Like, yeah, I don't know. It just looked kind of cheesy to me. It seemed like they could have done something better. The hanging returns. Do you care about that?
No.
Everybody seemed to like that. I don't really care.
The best thing about it is it's in that wagon theater or whatever, so you can actually sit instead of stand for an hour or whatever, half hour, whatever it is.
But I'm sure we won't get a seat.
I don't know if I care. I'm just not a big
I don't care
show
about
guy for
watching it.
anything.
Me either. Yeah. It's just going to be like pop culture jokes and stuff like that, I bet.
And again, if I had the pass, it would be something I would do, but I go for one night. So
Right. Right. So there's that. The crowd seemed to get excited about that. They made it seem like it was a big deal, but I was kind of like, And then what do you think of that no boo necklace? They booed at that.
Yeah, that's the one time you could really hear the crowd.
My thought, yeah, exactly. My thought was, why are you going to Scary Farm then? If you're going to wear that, I guess if you're dragged there,
well,
your will,
let me tell you a story.
To be scared.
Let me tell you a story. When I used to work at the parks, I took a bunch of kids with another counselor to Not Scary Farm. We went one day.
Okay.
One of the girls, she wanted to go with the group. She was a little mentally something, right? She got very scared, and she kind of panicked there. If there was a boo necklace, we would have thrown it on her, and she probably would have had a much better time.
That makes sense.
She didn't understand going there. It was that intense, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess that's what it's designed for.
But that's all I think it would be designed for. That is it.
They've probably had complaints, and they had to do something for situations like that. I guess, if you're taking a group in a field trip sort of thing, and, some kids or some people might not know what they're getting themselves into.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a little much. But I don't know. That just seemed ridiculous to me. And you know what? I bet the monsters don't follow it.
Well, here's the problem.
I bet you they pick on them still.
How do you see that necklace if you're behind someone?
That too.
Number two, what if you're in a group of people and you have the necklace on, but no one else does?
Yeah, like depending on what you're wearing, a jacket on might cover up part of it. I don't think it's a fail-proof plan.
It doesn't work in the mazes, which is good. It only works on the streets or in the theme park.
They did say that, right? Yeah.
But still, I would hate to be standing next to someone who had it and not being even part of that group and not having monsters come up because of that.
If you're a man, you definitely don't need that because they pretty much leave guys alone.
They do.
You and I both know that. 95% of them go for the girls.
Yeah. You'll still get like a scare or whatever, but when you're with a girl that day, the experience is so different.
Yeah.
It's a different experience altogether.
Yeah, that's true. Like just two lone dudes like us, we get a little bit, but it's nothing compared to what they do to the girls.
Maybe this year you can keep your shirt on, and maybe that'll help the scare.
It's so hard for me to keep my shirt on.
I know. You get so excited, you hulk up and
gotta come off. Yeah. It's gotta come off. I gotta show off.
I understand.
So that was kind of it. I pray every year that they'll do something about Santa Claus Mountain, and I just never see. Did you see in the Legacy store they had like tombstones around the top of the store, signifying attractions of the past, like whatever, trick or treat from whatever year to whatever year. Of course, I didn't see anything about Santa Claus Mountain. They had like all these props in the store of different mazes from the past and everything. No Santa Claus. Like they just don't give that any love.
They really don't.
I almost think it was a figment of our imagination. Like, did we really see that? It just doesn't even seem like it ever existed. But yeah, that was kind of all I notated. I was surprised by that no boo necklace. That was kind of a odd thing.
I saw rumors about it online. I kind of thought it was a joke, and then it turned out being real. I was like, what? Let's see. Yeah,
I think the biggest disappointment to me is I was hoping for different scare zones. That seems like an easy enough thing they could do.
Yeah.
And then hopefully there'll be they didn't talk about it, but hopefully there'll be like some photo ops like they did for the 100th anniversary thing where they had the Kingdom of the Dinosaurs thing. They could easily do that with old Knott's attractions or old haunt attractions.
Yeah, I think lighting it is the issue. But they could spotlight
that could
it.
be done. Yeah, that's the whole park. I mean,
Yeah, I know people love it, and I understand why they love it, but like Carnival, I don't know. Do you think they're ever going to change these things, or are they just they're around forever? I guess.
Right. I think the friend of the show was actually featured in one of the promos for the 20s era, her character was. I don't know if
might
it's
have
her.
been her. Yeah.
But it looked just like her.
Yeah.
And she had that cigarette thing and dressed in that exact same outfit. They showed like some footage of that when they were talking about that scare zone. I don't know if that was her, but look just like her.
Did you see the other thing though? No guns in Bloodline this year. It's
I didn't
just going to
notice
be a
that.
maze, yes.
Oh, now it's really garbage.
Well, the
Or do you
guns
like
were
that?
stupid, weren't they? I don't know.
Yeah, they're stupid. Well, it's just like we talked about. Like the timing. It
Yeah.
was like a gamble with the timing. If you didn't get the timing right, it was
I mean,
horrible.
think about it from a 75-year-old's perspective. You're walking with a plastic gun into a maze with people that go rah, and then when you shoot them, they go rah, like they have to back
Think
up.
about it from like a veteran's,
Yeah.
there's someone who's been to war
They're like, what
perspective,
is
and then
this
they're
crap?
going into this. Like,
Yeah.
it's almost like mocking that reality. I don't
Now, a 13-year-old's perspective, I think it'd be fun, but I was
Yeah.
just kind of past all that, to be honest.
I didn't notice that. So the maze is still there, but
Yeah.
because that whole maze was geared around that. So what are they going to do now? They must change it.
They'll probably
big time.
change it up a little bit. The maze was really cool, if you remember. It was pretty well detailed and
Some-
stuff.
Some cool spots.
It
Yeah.
looked like streets and vampires and all that kind of stuff. So it was kind of really neat. So let's hope.
That was what's that thing called? The lodge, right? That takes place in the
so.
Mystery Lodge. Is that what it
Was
is?
that where it was? It was in the back lot because we did it during
Oh,
the
yeah, yeah.
free view time.
Preview.
You know, the early entry kind of stuff.
Yeah, my memories are getting mixed.
Yeah,
the
you're
old brain is going
74
going
years old.
fast.
Yeah. So the best announcement, your maze that you're looking forward to much, you're going to say cinema slasher? Is that it?
Probably if I'm forced to pick, either that or the tribute to the Chilling Chambers one.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, I don't know. I kind of feel the same about all three of the new ones. They look pretty good. They all sound good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess if I'm forced to pick, it would be the cinema one. I think that one's in the Knott's Theater. I mean the theater right across from Log Ride.
Oh, is it? I'm guessing the Goring 20s one is near the Goring 20s.
Yeah,
It's got room
I would
13.
imagine so. Right.
Yeah.
What are you most excited
Probably
about?
Chilling Chambers, to be honest. I like
Yeah,
this
that
keeper
one.
character.
Right.
Or creeper. What is he? He's a keeper or creeper? He's the keeper.
The keeper.
The keeper. I
And
keep
he is
wanting
a
to say
creeper.
creeper because he looks like he'd be a creeper, not a keeper. But,
He is.
But yeah, remaking
and he's
something
talking
from
about
1977 is kind of cool.
Yeah, that is. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, props to them. I mean, the new mazes sound good. I guess my complaint would be I wish there was more.
Yeah.
More. Give me more.
Yeah. One more thing I got to say is there's, how they just won't change the scare zones. Like Carnival. I don't know what year that came into existence, but I think it's been there for over 15, 20 years, right?
Yeah, it has to be. That's
Yeah.
been there forever.
You can't
And
change Ghost Town. That should never change.
Yeah.
That makes
That
sense.
changes a little bit year to year, but it's in the
Right.
tradition of the same theme.
But I think that
Then
Origins should never go away. I think that should be a maze that grows over time. Just keep adding to it and growing because it's Origins of Knots, basically.
right. And so that's another one that I was wondering. They didn't mention it. They just said it's coming back. But are they going to switch up anything in there? I mean, I hope they.
They didn't
I
mention
don't know.
anything.
More
like that.
Catawampus. More
They didn't-
Catawampus.
They didn't mention anything about changing
No.
any of the mazes.
No.
Just that
But
it was
they
all the same.
that they usually change little things anyway, and they don't talk about it. So maybe they don't know at this
Yeah,
point. Maybe,
that's true.
Maybe whatever his name is not
Jeff
in
Tucker.
on the Jeff Tucker. Oh yeah, and then I notated ostrich sausage.
Yeah, I think we had talked about it a week.
They said
or so
that they're
ago.
yeah. And I think he even acknowledged like, "Yep, it's ostrich meat" or something like that. That's odd. I
guess,
enjoy some beef, some chicken now and then. I'm not going to be eating ostrich.
I just don't need it in my life. I just don't.
But just what is there a demand for ostrich meat?
There must be somewhere.
Are the ostriches overpopulating and they're killing them for meat? I don't know. Where did that come from? That's not like is it supposed to be scary? Like, okay, it's scary. It's a Halloween haunt, so we're eating scary foods to eat. I don't know. That just seemed like totally weird.
Yeah.
Ostrich burger. or whatever it was.
Yeah, I don't know. The food seemed kind of weird this year, to be honest.
They always get these weird food concoctions.
Yeah.
I guess some people must like it, but
I wish the food was on their website. I don't see the food on their website.
is it knots.gov.org?
Yeah, because it'd be nice to see. I know they have some different pizza things this year and stuff, but it's really
loaded
hard.
up with ostrich meat.
It's really hard when you look at the website. It's really hard when you look at the website just trying to figure out exactly what food is new, because there's a lot of cool Halloween food they do every year. But I guess we're always so full anyways from our pre-scared dinner.
True. We always stuff ourselves there.
Yeah.
That's the one time. I never eat fried chicken, but that is the one time of the year that I do look forward to that Knott's fried chicken.
Yeah, you might as
We'll
well.
be having a drumstick.
Yeah, you might as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't see anything about the food in the Scary Farm. Well, it does say themed food and drink with
Right.
culinary creations. But yeah.
I know, I think it's more like you could find it on their Instagram and stuff, but it'd be nice to have a plan in place of, where you want to eat, because you can only
Right.
get it there one time a year, yada, yada.
Did you like that Calico Candy mine ride?
I liked
That overlay?
for one-time viewing, yes. It was
But-
fine.
Yeah.
Don't need it every year. We know the girl at the end who's the witch. We actually do know her, which is kind of cool. It's cool to see her up on the screen, and I thought she killed it.
We know her?
Yeah.
How do we know her?
Her name is Liv. She, she almost came on the show a few times, but the timing didn't work, like everything else in life. But yeah, I've known her for a while, actually. So
She's probably embarrassed to come on this show.
She's a voice actress, and she does some stuff with Knott's and Disney, and she happened to be the witch at the in the candy mine.
I remember you telling me that, actually, now that you say that.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, it's like you said, like you could do so much with that, and I think it's something that should change
Exactly.
yearly.
Just an odd theme for a haunt. I mean, it's candy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Seems like that would be like a Disney Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween overlay or something like that.
You know what, too, is when I talked to her, I asked her about this. I had a little conversation with her, and she was telling me, if I remember right, that they don't show the witch during the daytime. It's just the candy lady.
Oh, well, at regular Knott's.
Right. So at Scary Farm, you get her, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
That at least they do that.
That's worth a ticket right there.
But yes, it is, just to see her. But I'm with you. Between Hoot and Nanny, here's the thing: we go every freaking year. I just want some more changes.
And the thing is, I mean, definitely everybody that was at that, live event, all these people go every year. And you know what? A lot of them multiple times a year.
Yeah.
Do something for the fan base.
Yeah.
I know we're not alone in these cries.
Yeah.
I see these same things on these, Knott's groups.
Now, I'll argue, though, 3 mazes is a lot for them new. Usually it's 2. They're giving us
so
one
they upped it
extra.
by one.
And one extra
I was
for
hoping,
the 50th.
I was hoping for more.
Yeah, me too.
5, at least a nice round number. 50th, 5 new mazes.
Yeah,
That'd be nice.
or 50 new things to do.
Yeah.
I will say, like, I expected and we did this in the preview show when we were kind of guessing what was going to happen. I was expecting a new 50th big maze, like the biggest maze ever, like promoting
Something
it
like
like
that.
that, like something we've never
agree.
done before. And we didn't get that. We got some cool stuff, but we didn't get this big 50th
You could have
maze.
done that. Right. You could have done that with Origins. Origins, the 50th anniversary version, know,
Right.
and it would just be like Origins on steroids.
Yeah.
Take it and expand on it.
Yeah.
Add an upper tier, add another story to it, do something incredible.
I guess the Chilling Chamber is supposed to be this 50th because each chamber is going to be a tribute to Not Scary Farm's past. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I don't know. I just thought it was, I expected something a little different maybe.
Yeah, I guess that would be the closest thing to it. And again, They look good. I mean, all three of them sound great. I don't know what we were expecting. Maybe our heads are in the clouds. Maybe what we're unrealistic with these wants that we have. But we will see. We will see what the trip, what happens.
I'm ready to
See
go.
how it is.
Like, I'm ready.
Well, it's coming right up.
Did we? What
I am
day are we
pissed
going?
though about the hotel thing.
Yeah.
I'm really upset about that.
Yeah.
So where did you see that? And they gave no details.
So what
as
happened
to why?
was I was looking at Instaham, and something came up where someone said, "Will the lounge be open this year for Scary Farm?" And they said, due to construction, it will not be open this year. From the Knott's Berry Farm Hotel, checkmarked, whatever, the actual page.
Why would you not get your construction done before this? This is their biggest thing of the year.
Why not do a pop-up? Go in the pool area,
Right.
build something just in the pool area, because no one's going to be there at night anyways.
There you go.
And
or that
have
that
a
area where they have
beautiful bar.
wedding receptions and stuff. Perfect.
Anywhere. They could have done a pop-up.
Yeah.
And they're,
That
think
little
about it.
courtyard would be perfect. It'd be
How much
easy.
did we spend there? I mean, pre-drinking, you know what I mean? Everyone
yeah.
was spending $100 at least on drinks
yeah.
beforehand. So they're missing out on an opportunity where you could just do a pop-up bar somewhere. Anywhere. It could be
Right.
anywhere.
Yeah,
It could be in
that's
the
true.
parking lot like they did during COVID area,
Yeah.
Get a fence so you can't leave with your drink, blah, 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 and do it there. It could be so many
easily
places.
done. What's the difference between doing that and setting up the buffet? It's basically just like another branch of that.
Yeah, I wonder what the construction, how much is going to impact us when we're there.
I don't know.
Is the priest
I'm
scared?
not liking
Are we
the
going to get
sound
an
of it.
old crappy room? We better get a new room for this price. Like, I don't want an old room. I just don't. It's not nice.
Are we going to do that thing? Or did we get I didn't see the option. Remember we paid like $20 more last year for a room facing the pool or something like that?
Yeah, when we got there, because I think when we went that
Was that-
week, there was no one
Is that
there.
when we got?
Yeah.
They did that option when we got there. Is that what that was?
Because
I
it was
forget.
so
Okay.
empty at that place. But we're going opening night this year, 21st. It's going to be crowded. It'll be
Yeah,
crowded.
it's gonna be nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But whatever. We got front of the line stuff, so we'll get through it.
exactly. That's why we pay for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Last year we paid for it, and we didn't really need it till midway through the evening. It was like pretty empty until midway. Then it was
Well, the cool thing about that package that we get is that early entry, and then it's open to Ghost Rider and that whole back section. We can knock all that out before it even opens to everybody else.
Going
That
on
made a big
Ghost Rider, a little tipsy. I always
that's
wonder if this is the time I'm going to vomit.
You're gonna have an accident.
Is this the
Yeah.
time I'm having an accident out of my mouth?
Is it going to be out of your mouth or out of your buttocks?
Usually it doesn't happen out of the buttocks on a ride, but it could be out of the mouth. It just hasn't happened
After that
yet.
meal,
Yeah,
I
your
usually don't eat
stomach's
huge
turning.
meals like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a big gnarly meal.
Yeah, and it's a big gnarly ride too. It's like,
True.
that thing goes. But
At least it's the revamped Ghost Rider. It's not the super bumpy one because that would really encourage a mess to be made.
one thing, since it is opening night, I've always heard opening night's one of the worst nights to go, where they haven't fleshed everything out yet. So some of the mazes aren't like.
We've gone on opening nights before, though, haven't we?
I think we
Pretty
went
sure have.
once when we were like really excited, but it's been a while.
We always do like early. If it's not opening night, it's like one of the first days.
We usually do the following Thursday. I think has been our tradition because it's just not crowded. But are we going to try and see the little opening show, the whatever you want to call it, rope drop?
We should. Yeah, at the rope drop.
I'm
Well, if they
feeling
do one.
like being opening night with all these YouTube fools and stuff that are going to want to film everything. It's going to be pretty crowded over there.
I'm going to try to get on as many YouTube videos with my shirt off as possible.
Yeah.
That first drink, the shirt comes off.
Yeah. Go, hey, you want to see some YouTube nipples? And bam. There it is. Oh, boy.
That'll increase our fan base and follower base trifold.
It'll increase
Guaranteed.
yours. Let's get out of here.
Holy cow, what a show, what a show. Wow, do you have a coughing button? Are you that professional?
I do have a
You're
coughing
clearly
button.
coughing and I didn't hear it. Thank God I didn't. Well, you've been sick for 2 weeks. That's a long time to be sick. I hope you're not dying. I hope you get better.
just want to make it to
drinking
Knott's.
out of your Hello Kitty. Yeah, do you think you'll be better by Knott's time? You better be.
You know what I was thinking, though? What if I had gotten sick during that week? I mean, I couldn't have gone. I was like so messed up. What would have happened?
You at least take a break from work? Did you
Oh,
take a
yeah.
vacation?
I didn't even go to
Good.
work for 4 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the best thing about
And when I did go to
That's,
work, I shut my door and just like sat in there waiting for a portrait to show up. And then I took their picture and shut the door. I was like, I'm not having it today, you know?
Wow. On a sad note, that reminds me, every time I used to stay home sick, I'd watch The Price is Right and rest easy Bob Barker, who just passed away.
I hate to say it. I'm
Stay
not trying to be insensitive. I thought he was already gone.
I was going to say the same thing.
I
don't wanna
really
sound
did.
like an a-hole.
I thought I
wasn't
had
sure
read that
was
he.
alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
99 years old.
What a long, great life. Seriously.
Yeah, I'm sure he lived a great life. So
Kissing all those girls.
on that note, yeah, remember that. Oh man, that's a job I want. So rest easy, Bob Barker, Paul Rubens, and all the rest of our loved ones. And follow us on Instagram if you'd like. Park Junkies 1. Check us out on YouTube. See, I'm rusty. Can't do these announcements anymore. And we'll hopefully see you next week if we're both still living. So on that note, for the keeper and the worst host ever known to man, Jeff Tucker,
Aw.
and Ryan. Sorry, Jeff. I'm just effing with you. Just work on your stage presence. Maybe I should take your job. Anyway, go have an ostrich burger this weekend, and I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for one. Park Junkies saying, out.